From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a big night here on Evenings Crypto with your latest cryptocurrency news on air. I have the latest crypto moves today. Which coins took a hit? Which coins zoomed up to the moon? Which coins have rebounded from two crashes last week? And which coins remain my top picks? We'll be going over what the market is currently doing today and tonight, what it did this morning, and what it could be doing tomorrow. We'll also be going over new market analysts' reports that came out today that signals there could be another downdraft. Oh boy, in this recording we're going to go over all the coins across the board from the bottom to the top, all coins and the top leaders, and why you should know where and when to get in and when to get out. This is Evenings Crypto. Thank you for joining me. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. Next stop, 1 million. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, like this video, 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. This channel gives you a live broadcast in the morning, every morning at 9:30 a.m., and a tape show, which is this one, and then the overnight show as well. All right, let's go over all the incredible details starting this evening. Here's what you need to know. The market was up staggeringly today, impressively. Initially up 23% earlier this morning, after not one but two market crashes this last week. Here's what many thought going into today, that it was going to be an up day. The big question is, will we end the week up? Will we go into Friday up? Here's what usually this market has seen over the last 3 weeks, that Mondays are up days. That Saturday mornings from early part of the morning to about noon on the West Coast are up days. And that from Saturday to Monday morning, it's down. Down Saturday afternoon, down staggeringly on Sunday, and then starts to uptick late Sunday night into Monday. Mondays are generally up days. So that's without any wrinkle of two market crashes. But we also had the implications of what happened with one and then a second market crash last week. What's important to know going into today's trading is that many expected Bitcoin and Ethereum to go up. But Ethereum before the market crash was going down day after day. 3%, 4% down day after day going into the market crash. So Ethereum was not trading well into those two market crashes last week. Going into those two market crashes, all coins were doing well, like the coins which I recommend on this channel, which I'm getting to in a second, like KUSAMA, Aave, Polygon, Synthetic, were doing great as Ethereum was struggling going into those two market crashes. And Bitcoin was relatively flat. It was not particularly doing well before those two market crashes. Then came market crash number one. Came in between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time in the middle of the week. It came because of a statement released by the People's Republic of China. It caused the market crash. The statement said that it was barring financial institutions in China from trading in cryptocurrency. Down came the market. Altcoins down. Bitcoin, Ethereum, all down. Then the market tried to regain its traction in the next 24 hours. Not much retract, not much gains achieved in 24 hours. And then China came back with another hit, as though it wanted to pummel the industry. This one was more substantively discouraging, in which it said it was going to ban Bitcoin mining in the People's Republic of China, and that it was going to take further efforts to prevent its citizens from being exposed to cryptocurrency. That took a further hit on the industry, on the markets. Coming after the first market crash, I told viewers that there would be a second one, that the market could go 10% lower. And I also told viewers not to get back into the market unless two benchmarks were both achieved, that Bitcoin remained above 35,000 and Ethereum remained above 2,500. Then came crash number two. But what was very surprising was after crash number two, in the middle of the week, we didn't seem to regain a lot. Coins drifted upwards, but not particularly across the board. If you looked at all altcoins and all major coins in the top 100 of market capitalization, many were still relatively flat 24 hours after the second market crash last week. But then came Saturday. Remember I told you Saturdays are usually up days? It was not particularly a very good update. It started initially about 5-6% up, but by middle of the morning, it was starting to go down. Not a good signal, as Saturday is usually the big winning peak of the entire week on coin prices. So Saturday did not deliver in the morning. And then came Saturday afternoon. And then came Sunday. And Sunday was a pummeling like no one had seen coming. Sunday, many altcoins dropped below the second crash levels, which was really discouraging. Coins progressively downtrended. Some had never regained to their points of before the first crash, and after the second crash had still not regained it, and now are drifting lower. And by the end of Sunday, many coins were below the second and first crash levels. And that is when many people wondered what would happen. Well, I told you that Mondays are usually up days, and I expected today to be up, but I didn't expect today to be up as high as it was. But with Monday also came the return of broadcast news channels. They were back in the studio recording, and what were they saying? Exactly what I expected them to say. That Bitcoin had gone all the way down to 31,000, that Bitcoin was now down for the year, that had you bought Bitcoin in January, you're now losing money, which is not a very good impression for the number one market capitalization coin to be down for the year. It doesn't signal very good sense of the entire industry, a good representation of the industry, if the number one market capitalization coin is losing money for the year. And then they talked about Ethereum, which at that point was just sort of frothing on the coffee that said, hey, and Ethereum also took a very bad hit. But this is where the news got even more fascinating. If you turned into broadcast news throughout the day, cryptocurrency remained number one news, and guess what the analysts said? The analysts universally, consistently said, we have not reached the bottom. That while the market was up, these were quotes from analysts after the market was up on Monday, that while we are up, we are absolutely going back down again. They did not say when, but they said very soon we're going right back down again. Here's what you need to know, is that the comments by the analysts is not in the context of China, but in the context of what they saw happen in the first two crashes. Peter Berinskin, chief global strategist at BCA Research, said today, the drubbling of the cryptocurrencies have received over the past 2 weeks is a taste of things to come. Crypto markets would continue to face tighter regulation, and the pain in the crypto markets could drag other speculative assets down as well. Then came the statement across the board from another analyst. Nicholas Pomerenchel, managing director at JP Morgan, said despite the recovery in prices to around 40,000, the momentum signals and the particular long back period remains problematic. It's too early to call if the end of the recent Bitcoin downtrend has ended. And then came Julian Emanuel, chief equity and derivative strategist at BTIG, that said the potential retest or even a modest undercut of the latest lows in the near term are entirely possible because of China's digital assets crackdown and U.S. regulatory overhang. So there you go. Analysts after analysts continue to say that they expect another falling of the coins across the board. So what should you think going into tonight, into Tuesday? Here is what my message is the following. 35,000, Bitcoin staying above it, Ethereum staying above 2,500. If those two events hold for a couple days, I am very much more optimistic about this market. But if Ethereum continues to stay flat or continues to erode back to where it was, or Bitcoin continues to go up and below 35,000, I'm not happy. I want Bitcoin, first of all, to stay above 35,000 and stay above 35,000 for several days. Second, I want Ethereum to not continue to erode. Before this market crash, Ethereum was losing 3 to 5% every single day. I don't want Ethereum to consistently go down day after day after day with no news. Today was a great, incredible signal. But on the other hand, there's something that deeply worries me in looking at the altcoins tonight. And that's what some of the analysts was also talking about. They said that the rides in the last 8 hours today, Monday, they said almost were comical in the context of how cryptocurrency has moved before. That even in the most volatile times of cryptocurrency, these moves are almost comical. Here's one of the examples that I have to give. And ironically, it's one of the coins that I recommend. One of the coins that I recommend on this channel is Polygon. And if you look at Polygon tonight, it is almost comical, its movement. First, let's jump into a few charts to understand where we are across the board. Here are one-day charts. Let's start first, of course, with Bitcoin. Here you go. Here's Bitcoin right now. So this is the one-day chart. You see how it has had a very nice run-up for the day. There have been really not much volatility. It's just a straight-up chart. Very nice. There's Ethereum. Very, very nice chart. Ethereum dropped as low as 1700 yesterday. So a very nice chart of Ethereum. And there's Dogecoin. Also a very nice chart. There's a little spike in there. Good move on Dogecoin. But there's Polygon. I mean, this is almost comical. Polygon was 80 cents yesterday, folks. 80 cents. Before the market crash, it was $2. Then it fell to 80 cents. Now it's going right back to $2. It goes from $2 to 80 cents to $2 again. This is just a little bit, this level of volatility of the altcoins is beyond where it would normally be seen as normal. And they're synthetic. Look at that run. Now, in the context of these shoots, in the context of these runs, ironically, the Bitcoin movement is more normalized. It is a more normalized movement. It is just a general progression. The Ethereum progression is, while it did drop to 1,700 and is up 1,000, this is a more progressive move. But Doge did drop to 23 cents yesterday. And the fact that it's at 35 cents, it's great, but it's a more normalized move upward. It's these altcoins that went down to 80 cents and are going to $2 in just 24 hours. It's just, and look at synthetic. I think synthetic fell to almost $12 yesterday. I mean, these runs are just very, 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 very steep. Let's go back to the coins that I recommend on this channel. Polygon, Cardano, KUSAMA, and Aave were the coins I recommend before the crash. And two crashes, I still do. And then I also recommend Solana and synthetic. I like these coins. But here's what you need to know, is that with so many analysts now saying that this movement to the upside is too volatile, too quick, and the abrupt down and abrupt up in just 6 hours is so even out of character, as they describe it. They say that these movements are so out of character for coins that they would literally tank within 1 hour and then next hour be straight back up, is showing a level of volatility that altcoins have not normally seen. But without any further ado, let's go into the split screen and let's look and see where the market is right now. Let's go up in the split screen, and there is coinmarketcap.com. Let's see where the markets are right now. This show is taped at 3:20 p.m. on the West Coast. The markets were up about 26% when I was live with you this morning at 9:30 a.m. Now tonight it's up 17%. So some of the coins have lost their upside. The most notably is Bitcoin, which was up more this morning. So Bitcoin is up 11% at the moment to 38,000. And Ethereum is now above the 2,500 mark, which I referenced earlier in this recording. It's up 22%. So both coins are now out of my warning signal zone. Remember, my warning signal zone is Ethereum under 2,500 or Bitcoin under 35,000. I want them to stay above those zones, those warning zones, for a little bit of time. So Ethereum is doing about a half a day so far out of that zone. So both coins are now out of that zone for about a half day. If we continue this for 2 more days, I'm very much more confident with the market. Now we go to Cardano. Before I go to Cardano, let me go over Ethereum. I said to viewers yesterday, I still say this position, that Ethereum is one of those coins that you can buy and put away for a long-term hold and not look at for 5 to 7 years. So I had mentioned to you that while I don't recommend you to buy it, and ultimately I'm not a financial advisor nor providing you financial advice, I like Ethereum at a 1,500 or 1,700, and it did go there yesterday. And some of you did buy it. If you put it away for 7 years, it'll go to 7,000 or 10,000. It will. But it may be a volatile ride until then. So there goes the Cardano. So Cardano was one of those coins that I recommended. It's at 14. It's up 14%. Now, what's important for you to know is that when you're looking at a coin like Cardano, which is among the coins I like, and you're thinking about buying it, first of all, you need to be aggressive on the price. Second of all, you need to be patient. Third of all, should not be FOMO. You should not feel as though you lost opportunity because you did not buy on Sunday night. I'm buying on Monday night. Oh my God, I lost 60 cents of profit. Don't feel guilty about anything. It's better to give up lost profits to know that the market is a little bit more stabilized than to jump into something at a more risky level. But more importantly, what I want you to do with Cardano is when you pull up the Cardano chart, I want you to look at Cardano and say, hey, how is this respective coin doing over a 7-day window? Let me use Ethereum as an example. So I'm going to use Ethereum as an example right now. So if you were thinking of buying Ethereum, for example, I don't want you to be in tight on a 7-day chart like this. I don't want you to be in tight on any of your coins that you're buying if you are buying a coin now at a 24-hour chart. Because that will give you a false sense of optimism that it's all green, it's all straight up. I want you to look out at a 3-month chart on most coins. Here's 7-day. 7 days not going to tell me much. 7 days is going to tell me it went down. Let me follow with the mouse. Here was crash number 1. It went down. And then crash number 2. It went down. And then it slid down. It progressively lost more value into Sunday. So by Sunday, it was below the levels of crash 2 and crash 1. But now it's doing better. Oh, I feel confident about Ethereum. Why? See, this is what I'm talking about. Ethereum before the crash was doing bad. It was doing bad before the crash. So where's Ethereum now? It's just recapped. It just rebounded itself back to its bad level before the crash. And you don't know that on this chart. While you do see it, it is where it was pre-crash. Let's see how bad that pre-crash level is by pulling out. Okay, now when you pull out a little bit further, you see how Ethereum is not much better than it was pre-crash because it had lost all this. But I'm still in too tight. Let's go out further. Now you see what I'm talking about. That's why you have to pull out on your charts to see where a coin is on its trajectory. You understand that this is how Ethereum has been operating over the last few months. People have been up here. Some people actually bought up here. Some people bought over here. Some people bought over here. And guess what? They're losing money. They're losing money. Now you're down here. Now you may say, I'm at the bottom of the mountain, LA. You always talk about the mountain. I do talk about the mountain. So here's the mountain running up right about here. You can see this. It looks like a mountain. It's starting to run up here. And guess what? You go over to where we are now, we look like we're on the bottom of the mountain on the other side. So you may say, hey, maybe that's a good blip. Let's see if we go out further. Well, now you see the mountain may have started out about here. Maybe you say the mountain started out about here. It traded in a range for a while here. So this is a very bad time. You buy your coin here, it's trading in a range. But if you look at this mountain, it looks like it went way up a mountain and has gone way back down. It's just back down to where it was. Ultimately, if you're looking at this chart, you're not the only one looking at this chart. Broadcast media is as well. And they're basically saying, hey, a lot of people have bought this coin since January and they've lost everything that they are back to where they started. Or they bought Bitcoin. They bought Bitcoin, which is this chart here, and they are basically where they are back in January. Now, this may not be your coin. I got it. But I want you to understand that this is the narrative that gauges the industry. And if the industry is if the broadcast news reporters are going to say, people have lost all their 2021 gains on a coin, then they're going to say it. So now let's go back into the split screen and see now where we are. So remember, our two benchmarks, 35,000 for Bitcoin, Ethereum 2,500. Both of those benchmarks we are above now. So we are into a more stabilized situation now. Let's see where the other coins are in comparison to that tonight, and if that's an indication of us to get in or not to get in. All right, let's jump into coinmarketcap.com and let's go down the charts. So there's Dogecoin, 35 cents, heading to 36 cents, up 13%. Good run for Doge today. Down 26% for the week, so not so much. But here's the problem with Doge, is that Doge has not had a profitable May. People who got into Doge in May are still losing money. If you got into Doge in February, you're up. But let's look at Doge 3-month. Doge tonight is at its April 17th levels. So if you bought in May, you've lost money on Doge. I don't like to lose money. I don't like something that's down. And how low could Doge go? Well, Doge's fall to 23 cents was scary yesterday. Why did I not like that fall? Because the next step down for Doge after 23 cents is 15 cents or 12 cents. And that's basically the start of its run. So I am not happy with Doge unless it gets higher to like a 38 or 39 or a 39 and holds it for a while. Moreover, if Doge stays up day after day, I like that. Remember, before this market crash, Doge, like Ethereum, was down day after day after day. That is something you need to remember. Is the coin going up every day or is it going down every day? I don't care which coin it is. If it's going down every day, I don't like it. I don't like it. I can buy a junk, I can buy a horrible blue chip stock that just goes down every day but pays me a nice dividend. Why would I buy a volatile coin that goes down day after day? And that's what Doge was doing before the crash. So today's up is very good. And let's see if it continues. Very promising details for that. So now we go to Polygon. Polygon is just on a wild run. And this is where it gets a little bit too comical. Comical in that the moves are just wacko. A Polygon went as high today as $2. I can't even say it with a straight face. Polygon went to $2 today, people. It was up 110% at one point today. It's $1.72 right now. Before the 172, which I'm going to get to in a second, Polygon was 80 cents yesterday. 80 cents to $2 in less than 24 hours. That's incredible volatility. That's too volatile for even an altcoin. This shows an incredible sense of movement that is even beyond the exponentialness of cryptocurrency. That is why those market analysts are looking at this and saying, no, now we're getting a little wacko. We're getting a little wacko because these movements are too crazy. Now, you can make money. You can make money, but understand, you better be watching your position. You cannot leave your phone alone for a second. If you are a trader, you need to know that position or be ready to make sales or have the sale put in there. So if you want to buy it at 80 cents and sell it to $2 and make double your money in one day, congratulations, you could do that. If you're sitting on the phone and not leaving it, you can't go take a break to make some coffee. But let's look at Polygon right now. So it's $1.71. So it's gone from $2 to $1.71. That's a big drop in just a few hours. I mean, it was up 100%. Now it's up 58%. So it's lost 50% of its, it has lost a substantial amount of its gains from earlier this day. There is no half-day chart in cryptocurrency. Maybe there should be, because Polygon went to $2 and is now at $1.70, is heading down to potentially $1.60. So it's lost 50 cents of its gains today after it gained $1.20 in just 6 hours since last night. Volatile, yes. Way too volatile, absolutely. And I deeply worry when I see this level of volatility, because there's a lot of other people looking. And you saw in those quotes the talk of regulators coming in. When you see this level of volatility, this is unjustifiable. Things are not supposed to go up 200% in one day, down 200% in the next day, up 200%, down 200%. This is not 18 or 20% per day. This is incredible movements. Now let's go out to Solana. So Solana is having a more normalized movement upward, 24% up for the day. Now 23%. It is at $30. How high does Solana go? Did Solana go much higher today? Let's pull on the one-day chart on Solana. That's another coin I recommend. No, Solana has a very nice normalized chart. So Solana has been just sort of like this all day. Beautiful uptrend chart. So Solana was 24 cents, then got to 29, then got to 30, Now 31, 31 and a half. So that is more normalized in its upward movement. Again, that is one of the coins I recommend. And there's Aave. Aave up 32% tonight. Aave is one of those coins that I want you to understand that you need to pull out and look at the 3-month chart. Why? Because you're going to see Aave on CoinMarketCap and say, oh, it's up 32%. Most coins are only up 10% today. Aave's up 32%. That's really good. No, because Aave really took a pummeling on Sunday and never rebounded from the first 2 market crashes. So while other altcoins rebounded after those first 2 market crashes, where is Aave right tonight? It is about right at the start of the first market crash. So it has just recuperated what it was before regained almost most of the first market crash. So Aave is still slightly down from the first market crash. So it's up 31% today. It's promising. It could go up another 30%. But what's important to understand is that it really got hit badly by that market crash, and it is still not up. So that's why I want you to look at that 7-day, the 3-month, and the one and potentially in some cases the 1 year if your coin ran up the mountain in January. And then we go to Shiba. Shiba was just acting wacko, and it just continues to just act crazy. Shiba, though, today's chart was relatively normalized. I liked it. It started to run up slowly on Sunday, then Monday slowly, had a nice spike earlier today, then came off a little bit, now flat. A relatively normal chart. But here is why the 7-day chart on Shiba shows you a little bit more. It's sort of like the Aave chart. Shiba's back to where it was right before the middle of the first crash. And before the middle of the first crash, what was Shiba doing? It was down day after day, week after week, since the Elon Musk appearance on Saturday Night Live. That Elon Musk appearance on Saturday Night Live, which I believe was May 8th, Shiba is still below those levels. Most people didn't buy it that Saturday. They bought it the Sunday. A lot of people got out of Doge on that Sunday after Elon's appearance and got into Shiba. That's when Shiba reached its highest point, which was on the Monday after the Saturday Night Live appearance. Boy, people who bought it then have literally lost 75% of their investment. So it is down dramatically. So you do not see the impact of a Shiba investment until you look at the 1-month chart. Again, this is a newer coin on movement. It took its ride in May. And then as we move out further, is there any coin making really interesting moves? There's PancakeSwap up 38%, Crypto.com coin up 26%, KUSAMA, which is one of the coins I recommend, up 30%, but it's down 40% for the week. So let's look at KUSAMA's chart. How is KUSAMA doing tonight? And what do I think about KUSAMA? So I'm going to look first at a 3-month chart on KUSAMA. Well, in the 3 months, you would not have made money on KUSAMA. Let's look at the 1 year on KUSAMA. So KUSAMA is currently at its levels from March. So had you bought KUSAMA since March, you'd be down. Let's look at the 7-day chart. KUSAMA, compared to the 2 crashes, is about the same case as a Shiba. It's basically where it was right before the first market crash. And a lot of coins are like that. And that's what I really want to express tonight. And this is why you don't grasp this until you look out at the 7-day chart and the 3-month chart. Yeah. The market's up 26% early this morning, 17% in the afternoon. Your particular coin may be up 20% or 30% or maybe 50% today. But look at where that coin was right before the first crash. You can find the crash on your chart. You'll see that big drop, and then you'll see an uptick, and then you'll see another big drop, and then you'll just see a downtick. Try to find that first drop and see where your coin was right before that crash. In the case of most altcoins, and in the case of Ethereum and Bitcoin generally, they are almost really where they were right before the first crash. So that means that after the first crash and after the second crash, they have just about to recover where they were. Here's what you need to know. A lot of coins were not in a good position before the first crash. A lot of coins were really in a horrible position before the first crash. Doge was in a very bad situation before the first crash. It was downturning day after day after day, week after week after week. It was a complete downturn. Polygon, synthetic, Polygon, synthetic, KUSAMA, Aave, and Solana, the coins I recommend, were all doing well before the first crash. Ethereum was down 3% every single day at least before the first crash. So the fact that coins are back to where they were when they were performing badly before the first crash, not a good signal. I want to see the coins doing better than that, because remember, they weren't doing well before the first crash. Will they get back to their speed of how they were before? Here's what you need to know, is that while coins have regained what they lost from the first and second crash, they were so down going into the first crash, with the exception of the coins I recommend on this channel, that another market crash could really take them down. And here's something, there's 3 items I want to tell you tonight. First, one of my concerns is that I think that people thought that the second crash was really the end of it and that we're going to be back to normal. That's the first thing. Second, there was a lot of people that saying everything that goes up goes down. Not true. Not true. We've actually seen that in coins. That coins may never regain what they had, or may only regain part of what they have. Some coins may regain everything. Number 3, we have enough analysts tonight saying that we are not at the bottom. We're going to take another hit. And they don't exactly agree on why the hit is there. And finally, the one message that I don't like, which is, imagine you're trying to buy something to get to make money on something, and your entire effort is being impacted by one organization's issuing a press statement. So you could have a wonderful week on your coin. Monday could be up, today we could be up, and Tuesday could be up, and Wednesday could be up, and then Thursday morning at 4 a.m. to 6 a.m., bam, another People's Republic of China press release saying, okay, we're going to ban mining of now Ethereum. Oh my goodness. It's, no one likes when some risk cannot be assessed in investment, but also no one likes when the risk is so random as the People's Republic of China just getting really angry at cryptocurrency, which it hates, and just, shouting out another press release. And every time that it's up, it just makes you wonder, are they going to come out with another press release and just clamor everything? But the analysts, they believe that there's a certain series of things that they are concerned about. 1, they believe that the market will downdraft again. 2, they're worried about China. 3, they're worried about regulation. 4, they're worried that some of the altcoins are making wild movements in 24 hours that is even more wilder than cryptocurrency usually does. In fact, that's the title of the #1 lead story on a major financial website tonight. That cryptocurrency is now exhibiting wildness that it never even, beyond even its normal wildness. And that potentially is a Polygon situation, going all the way down to 80 cents and up to $2 and then down to $1.76 in just a matter of half a day. It is very wild. Ultimately, there is some long-term buys in there. And Ethereum at 1,500, Ethereum at 1,800, you can put it away and not look at it. But if some people are trying to buy something, and a lot of people are trying to buy something and be out in 90 days with a nice turn on their money, that's the one I worry about. I worry about the people who say, I'm going to put this amount of money, $10 and 30 and in 90 days out, instead of $10, I'll have $1,000. I'm worried about that type of person because this market may not provide that opportunity at the short term. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But here's what you need to know. Ultimately, I want you to watch those charts. Number 1, I want you to look at the 3-month chart and the 1-year chart and see where your coin was going up that mountain and where it is going on down the mountain. I want you to see how low it could still go and how high it could still go. I want you to know its range. I don't want you to be focusing on a 24-hour chart or 7-day chart because it's up 23% for 24 hours. It may be substantially down for the 7 days. So I want you to know exactly everything you need to know about your coin and its chart history. Number 2, I want you, when looking at your respective coin, to compare it to other coins. I want you to see, does your coin perform better before these 2 crashes, or did it perform worse? Third, I want you to follow Ethereum and Bitcoin. I always want you to know as much about Ethereum and Bitcoin's movements as your coin, because if Ethereum and Bitcoin are taking very bad pummelings, your coin is going to pull down because of how the trend is. And finally, this may sound crazy. But if you are awake at 4 to 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time in the middle of the week, make sure you have your app open. Make sure you have your app open, because that might be when another press release from the People's Republic of China comes out. And with that, make sure you subscribe. This is LALATE, 400,000 subscribers in 1 year for a reason, the fastest growing cryptocurrency channel. Next stop, 1 million. Subscribe. Also like this video, 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Let's go back over those coins, which I love. But I love when the market's a little bit more stabilized. Our Polygon, Cardano, KUSAMA, and Aave. Also Solana and Synthetic. Where can you buy coins? You can buy coins and sell coins on major platforms like Gemini.com, and also platforms like Coinbase.com. Some platforms have coins, other platforms don't have the coins, like Gemini doesn't have Cardano, for example. Crypto.com will have a Shiba, but Gemini will not have a Shiba. And that is how it happens. You can buy and sell on those platforms. You can also set alerts. In the case of Gemini, for example, they have 2 interfaces. One that is very basic, that is beautiful and very simple to understand. Another one that's a little bit more complex, a little bit more advanced, so you can give yourself more warnings. And also, what's important to know is you can always buy $5, $10, $20. In the case of Gemini, I think their minimum is $20. You don't have to buy the whole coin. You can start very simple at $20 and just learn from that $20. And finally, it's important to understand that you really, and I don't think I said this message before. I want you to really also, if you're going to be heading to a buy, to also see what's going on Wall Street, the Dow, and the NASDAQ. If they're crashing, your coins are going to crash. The first market crash of coins last week was the same day as Wall Street crashed. So if Wall Street really is crashing, and there's no news statement out for the People's Republic of China, your coins may be down as well. So that may give you the opportunity to come in as well. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll next see you tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA for more.